Okay, let's get right into it. I wanted to talk about what's happening with Cleotrapa and Ice Spice. So, if you don't know already, on TikTok, Cleotrapa has now, I'll call her just Cleo for short, but she's now made a 5-part series basically of videos on TikTok where she talks about her experience being on tour with Ice Spice. I didn't even know Ice Spice went on tour, so maybe that shows how much I'm not in the loop or whatever. The last thing with Ice Spice that I had saw previously was the whole I remember like saw stuff when it was saying like, oh, she lost weight, and then before that the stuff with Baby Stormy. So that's about it as far as like my Ice Spice knowledge goes. Um but watching the videos was pretty disturbing. I also just want to emphasize again, like, so far, I think I saw Ice Spice got on live and she was just saying that, crash outs, make TikTok rants or something like that. That's about it. Other than that, I have not seen her like, respond or tweet or like post something. So this is all Cleo's opinion, her thoughts, her feelings, and her experience that I'm talking about. Now, after watching those videos, if everything that she said is true, then Ice Spice is a very disturbed, evil individual. Now, in Cleo's video, she says that she feels like, Ice Spice has dark energy and stuff like that. But some of the things that happened were actually really disturbing and sad, especially for somebody who you consider a friend. So, for one, she said she was invited like the day before the tour started, right? Which is crazy, very crazy. I'm thinking maybe her team weren't even gonna do an opener at all, and then last minute we're like, okay, we could just bring your friend along. She says she feels like it happened because of the whole Baby Stormy thing, right? She feels like, well, Cleo felt like she was invited because of the Baby Stormy thing, right? Obviously, Baby Stormy has shown text messages between her and Ice Spice, where Ice Spice she alleges is colorist, abusive, mean, is a user, etc. Right? Now, when Baby Stormy said that, I believed her just because she just kind of didn't seem like she had a reason to lie. And not only that, text messages don't lie regardless of what me and you say to each other. If the text messages show my behavior a certain way, that's just it. That's what it is, regardless of feelings. So I took her word then. But now this Cleo thing is honestly crazy. Baby Stormy even retweeted the tweet where like Cleo basically threatened to beat her up and stuff when it originally happened. And it's almost like that's really crazy and sad that Cleo had threatened Baby Stormy back then, and now she's got the same story. Not to say that that's karma, but it's almost like one of those things where like if you were laughing at someone and you were in on the joke and it was like ha ha ha, and now it's like it's you, and now you're asking and hoping people believe you. And so I think it's kind of crazy that happened that quickly with only a few months separated. Now, back to Ice Spice's behavior, allegedly. So, from Cleo's point of view, she basically, what she describes is a monster, right? A terrible friend. She said before she got on tour, Ice Spice told her everything would be taken care of, so she didn't need to bring, her own, money, or not money, but like her own things. Because she said she asked Ice Spice, so what do I need to bring? Because this is the first time I've been on tour. And Ice Spice was like, oh, you don't need to bring anything. I got you. It sounds like one of them friends from like one of them mean girl, mean teen TV shows. Because that's insane when you think about it. If you ask someone, what should I bring? And your friend tells you, oh girl, don't bring anything, I got you. And then like now y'all on the trip, and now it's like, well girl, you should have bought your own stuff. Bitch, you sat up here and told me I didn't have to bring nothing. What do you mean I should have bought my own stuff? Girl, you told me not to. So I feel like Ice Spice at this point, if, like I said, if this stuff is true, to be believed, she is a very jealous, nasty friend. And I say that because only somebody who is deeply jealous or mean or nasty would treat a friend like that, or treat anybody like that. I don't even think being a friend, like the steakhouse thing, she alleged that she woke up hungry and everybody was just kind of like, not saying anything. Then someone was like, yeah, they went to a steakhouse. Why wouldn't you invite your friend? Or she said everybody was ordering food and she was like, oh, okay, can I have a chicken salad? And well, she's not in the budget. That's crazy. then like to me it was constant moments throughout that where it seemed like, and like she said this, Cleo said this, she felt like Ice Spice was trying to embarrass her or try to remind her like, you're not like one of us, like, you know, you're alone, you're separate. And it's really sad because it's like, why would you do your friend like that? No real friend would behave like that. Now that whole steakhouse thing, but let me say this, Cleo is smart. She's very smart because to me, if you would have, I think she knew that and she mentioned that if she would have talked to Ice Spice, they probably would have fought or something. Then it was smart of her to wait that whole time. It was smart of her to wait till the tour was over before she finally said something, because if you know yourself, you be putting yourself in a dangerous situation. If you're in Texas in the middle of nowhere and you get into it with the main person and they just throw you off the bus, then what? Also, you know what I mean? You started the tour, you probably just want to finish it, get it over with, and then afterwards be like, all right, so here's my roll call list of, you know, issues with you about what happened. And then I saw on that little Ice Spice clip that I did see on Twitter, she had said like I'm not responsible for you, or like my people aren't your people. And it's like, yeah, my people aren't your people, obviously, but if you tell me that they'll take care of me too, or not to, like, I don't have to bring anything, or you know, y'all don't allow her to bring an assistant or anybody, it can only be her. She, you know what I mean? And the fact that her mom wasn't even allowed backstage is really crazy. The overall message, people, just let this be careful who you call your friend. Cleo to me made it very clear that her and Ice Spice were never best friends, and so maybe that's it. Maybe Ice Spice was just like, "Girl, you ain't my real friend. You industry friend. I don't really know you like that." But regardless, you should have gave the girl more time. It shouldn't have been one day before the tour starts. Oh, okay, you can come, and then like, you know, you don't have this person prepared. That's not right. It don't even matter if y'all friends or not. You don't bring somebody on the day before a tour with no help, no plans for them, nothing. Like, that's actually crazy to do that to another human being. But just be very mindful. Be very careful about who your friend is. Be very careful who you hang around, because sometimes you may think that they're above you, money wise, career wise, whatever, but they be trying to suck you dry. You know what I mean? They're trying to take your energy, your light, your happiness, and they're trying to drain that from you. You know what I mean? And so you may be thinking like, oh, they don't want anything from me. Your personality, your presence, all of that is worth something. You know, don't ever think for a second just because it's not money or something like that, that, oh, what would they want from me? Girl, your attitude, your positivity, your care, all of that. Twice has been shown time and time again, girl. But nowadays, these fan folk don't care. These fans don't care. You could hit 5 puppies, a dog, and a baby, and they still give them a chance. They're a good person. Girl, bye. Also, one last thing. I just had to end that saying, that quote. With friends like that, you don't need enemies. So keep that in mind.